These are my plant friends, and this is me after I got as many fenestrations as I could on this Monstera. These fenestrations come with good care, so I know I can get them as fast as possible on a new plant. I only look nervous because I challenged them to grow the best plant they could in only 5 months on a $10 budget. And we're about to get judged by a super secret guest. I gotta get the plant I'm gonna be paying all of my time and attention to for the next couple months, and today is just as good a day as any to... Tomorrow is as good a day as any to pick up my brand new Monstera. Signs of new growth? Check. Starting to fenestrate? Check. Improperly labeled as a philodendron? Check. I think I'll name you... Phil the Monster. I'm on my way back home and I'm about to do the 2 most important things that are going to win me this competition. And the first thing is, I'm gonna do nothing. Too many people are in a rush to get home, put their plant in a new pot, switch the soil, or drown it in water, and none of that is necessary. In fact, the only time I'm gonna take it out of the bag is when I'm spraying it down for pests. I'll spray daily for the first week, and then every few days after that. Coming from IKEA or another big box store, this plant is all but guaranteed to come with pests. If an infestation takes hold, it's gonna stunt the growth, damage the leaves, and then there'll be no way that I can win this competition. Speaking of winning, my biggest threat in this competition is Christina from Leafy Luster. I don't know if you know Leafy Luster, but she makes the best plant videos on YouTube. And somehow she managed to pick up this Monstera Adansonii for under 10 euros. I need to step up my schedule and get my plant exposed to more sun. While my plant has been sitting right here, far away from my window, my goal is to get it to that table for about a week, and then onto the floor, closer to the window to speed up how much light it gets acclimated to. In this video, I gave advice to move your plant a few inches to about a foot every week to get your plant used to more light. Too much light too fast can give your plant a sunburn, but I'm trying to speed run fenestrations as fast as possible, so I don't have time to play it safe. And within a week of my plant being in this super sunny spot, it's time for its first repot. Ignoring my own advice to wait for more roots to develop, I'm going to be going up a small pot size from a 3.5-inch plastic pot to about a 4-inch terracotta. And to help with the plant not having that many roots, I need a really chunky soil mix. I already have my typical aeroid mix with soil, orchid bark, and perlite, so obviously I have to add a ton more orchid bark and this super thick perlite. I'm talking as thick as possible. And where can you get such big perlite? Listen, you're gonna have to go to a local hydroponic store. Look up one close to you, and it's probably in a weird part of town. And you're probably gonna have to walk down a really long hallway and assume you're in the wrong place, but you're not. It's gonna get weird. And yes, you are gonna have to leave your house because they don't really ship to you, and maybe their website doesn't work so good, but trust me, this bag of perlite cost me $40 and it's going to last a lifetime. So on this first repot, I'm adding a climbing pole. I want my plant to climb as early as possible, that way I can maximize the size of the leaves and its fenestrations. And while light is the most important thing, an unstable plant that has no support will eventually lose its size and fenestrations. I'm using a wooden plank for now, and this really wide surface should help Phil the Monster latch on. While I would usually wait 3 to 6 months before I start fertilizing a plant, I'm gonna start right away with an organic liquid fertilizer. If you are going for speed, a chemical fertilizer will technically be absorbed faster by the plant, but because I have 4 months left in this competition, I think that gives me enough time to develop a healthy soil biome, which will give me better results in the long run. And since I haven't seen any pests, I'm actually going to relax on my pest care routine. Things have been going really great. I'm seeing bigger leaf size, more fenestrations, and now I just need to use every high-level strategy that I know to get more growth out of Phil. So this is something that I learned from my friend Ashley from gardening in Canada, and that's pH balancing your water. Jeff from Everything Plants has been using this strategy for a while, and he's seeing really great results. Many tropical plants actually prefer a soil that's slightly acidic, so we're talking about levels between 6 and 6.5. If you pH balance your water to that level, over time you can get your soil more in line with that range. When your soil is more in line with the correct pH, the plant will actually absorb nutrients much more efficiently. Honestly, with everything I've been doing, I think that this new leaf coming in is going to have some inside fenestrations. I'm super excited to see this thing unfurl, and oh, it's the same size. It's the same. Alright, it's time to get serious. Foliar spray. That's right, I'm fertilizing the underside of my leaves. Repot. It's time to upgrade. I don't care if the roots aren't ready. It's time to move to the sunniest spot in my house. Move over, Will Smith. This is Phil the Monster's house now. But seriously, I can't figure out why the leaves are coming out at the same size. It was on such a good growth trajectory and everything was going fine, and maybe checking in with Leafy Luster will help me feel better. Hey Christina, what's up?
I'm fine, thanks. Nice t-shirt, by the way. What's up?
I'm only calling to brag, actually. Check out how huge my plant has gotten in just the last couple months.
Okay.
It's got these huge leaves, a new one coming in. How's yours going, by the way?
Oh, hang on, I'll get it. Ta-da! This is it. Do you see this? It looks so good. I found this driftwood or bark thing and it looks so good. It fits my vision so well, and ever since I got rid of the spider mites,
it's amazing. It looks so good. She's so talented. How does she keep doing this? I can't believe this.
Are you still there? Is your camera frozen?
Something came up. I have to go.
Oh, okay. Bye.
Hey, so I had this really great idea to find this piece of driftwood, and it was actually my idea the entire time and part of my plan all along for Phil the Monster. I spent the last month of the competition cleaning and curing it to be ready for my last repot. All the final update pictures are in and they're ready to be sent off to our super secret judge. Since this is literally the last day, I don't even have time to let this final leaf unfurl. I just have to snap my pictures and send it in for judging.
I'm not sure what to expect here.
I literally could not sleep. I was like a kid on Christmas. I don't know. I'm excited.
Who was the judge, Lee?
Hey guys! I'm Harley from the YouTube channel Harley G. Thank you so much for the invite. I'm really excited to see the plants, and let's get into it. This pothos, what do I say? They kept this plant in quite a big nursery pot with this moss pole. So you know what, that tells me that they have hope that this plant is going to one day take over this moss pole. And I respect that.
I wish you had told us who was going to be judging Harley G. I would have just dropped out. I don't need to be... she doesn't need to see my dead pothos.
Right off the bat, this Monstera Deliciosa is... to me, I find it really impressive that this plant grew such larger leaves compared to those first couple in the before photo. So clearly it was well taken care of. I really like the piece of wood that was used as a stake to help the plant grow those larger leaves. It has a really cool shape. To me, cool stakes like this like really set a plant apart. I just think swapping out that plastic saucer for something maybe a little bit nicer, like a thrifted crystal dish or something a bit cleaner looking, would have really been the cherry on top for this plant, but overall it is really, really beautiful.
I'm realizing that she does not like my cheap plastic little saucer, so next time I'll...
Really went in on your saucer.
Yeah. I've got so much to say about this Alocasia Silver Dragon. It looks like this plant was purchased on clearance from a big box store. Clearly this plant is a lot better off now. Really wonderful job here.
I just wanted to find the saddest plant I could find that I felt was still salvageable. But it eventually started producing some nice leaves. It's still pretty small, but it came back to life like alocasias like to, and it's okay.
I've been trying to figure out how many leaves this Philodendron gloriosum has pushed out in the 5-month span. It's looking like 4-ish leaves, and impressively, they've like tripled in size from the original photo. Clearly, they've been taking very excellent care of this plant and have put a lot of time and effort and energy into it.
I decided to take a risk. I'm going to put it in a bigger pot than I should be putting it in, just with really well draining soil, so lots of perlite. Sunniest spot in the house I could find, so it was nice and warm, and it's done really well.
Another bold choice using an Alocasia cuprea. It looks like this plant was able to grow 4-ish, maybe 5 leaves. The coloration of the plant looks a lot better than the beginning photo, if you ask me, and that tells me that the plant is really, really happy and thriving in the environment it's in.
And it just keeps putting out leaves that are exactly the same size as the last leaf, and I'm like, gonna strangle this plant. I'm like, please grow a bigger leaf. It's for a YouTube video.
Monstera adansonii, wide form. Wow. I'm so impressed with this person's choice of cork bark and how the Monstera adansonii has started to grow up it in just the 5 months. And where this plant wasn't as immature as a lot of the other participants, I do still find it quite impressive that they were able to make a plant climb up a situation like this. I think this whole thing looks awesome.
At the garden center, they have like an aquarium section. There was this huge bark. It's giant. And I was really happy to find it.
Now getting into placings, I gotta say this was a really hard decision because there are a lot of factors to take in. Third place has to go to Monstera Deliciosa. Second place belongs to Philodendron Gloriosa, and first place goes to Monstera adansonii. And I'm a little bit jealous of how fun this seemed, so this is me formally inviting myself to participate in round 2. That's it from me today. Thanks again, and bye!
Yay! Check the comments for the full judging video as well as all the videos that my friends made for this friendly competition. Let me know who you'd like to see compete with us next time.